a good question. You weren't there, so I mean, yeah, I guess you looked over it with me. But,
Mm-hmm.
Give me 1 second.
um,
I'm
I
updating
think
my. Okay. I think probably the 6-5 scrim,
6-5.
or actually, or what days were those? 6-5 was Monday. Duncan, were you here for both of those?
I was here Tuesday, Thursday.
So let's do Tuesday. Let's do one from Chicago Mafia.
Okay.
I'd say not Nepal. Maybe I think any of the other ones are fine.
Okay. Anyone else have an opinion on any 6-5 days?
6-6.
Not exactly.
6-6. Sorry.
I think was Blizzard World a struggle for us? I know I personally had
It
struggles on
wasn't.
Blizzard World. I don't know if the team itself had team as a whole
Yeah,
had
I
struggles on
mean,
Blizzard World.
we didn't win Blizzard World. We played much better on, I think, Esperanza. I think we lost all three actually. I would say Blizzard World.
Okay. Let me pull up a code.
Yeah, I think Blizzard World's good because that point B, learning how to attack point B would be good to learn.
Perfect. All right. All right. Looks like it did. Okay, so in terms of setup here, this is good.
You're not showing your screen.
I am not. Thank you for telling me.
That would be
Alright.
nice to have. So
It would be.
Talking about.
I think our Zenyatta's positioning is way too aggressive, honestly, just for the general compositions that go on this map, especially if you don't have a Brig playing near you. So I want our Zen probably playing here with our Ana. And then our Ashe just being careful, right? Early poke and seeing what they have. Tracer, you're in a good position. Just make sure you don't stay too long, right? You're just scouting for information. Good rotation. Let's see. Objects would probably just be healing good. Fine. So far, no problems. Setup in general, though, like, I would just probably make the slight adjustment. I'd probably just have our Zen here. And then I'd have our Ashe probably play very carefully here. I might even just say you might just want to, like, play down here, throw a dynamite, and then, like, rotate up here and play around that. Because now our Zen needs to drop. Okay. So overall, this positioning is actually very good. Zens usually don't get to play up here, but like we have a really good crossfire right now. All we need is some point presence, right? And so our D.Va probably just needs to be on the objective here, which D.Va does, and then Larry gets headshot on Forge.
Hanzo log moment.
Yeah.
But hit the big dynamite though.
But like in terms of the Sig comp and our composition, we want to do this. This is what we want to do. Right? Red in the middle and blue around. Right? Big surround. So good. Usually what it would probably end up looking like is our D.Va would play like on this corner here. And then our Ashe and our Ana and our Zen probably play up here. And then our Tracer plays around here in this Mega. Or has Zen Orb and plays on this side and just kind of surrounds them that way. But as long as we get this result and we're alive, that's all we need. Probably, let's see how we used our nade here. Oh! That was weird in Hanzo, but yeah, good nade. I was expecting a bigger nade, but it's unfortunate game bad. So, but yeah, good setup. So let's see how we set up again. But yeah, I think more passive positioning from our Zen, because if they switch Winston, like, our Zen's just fucked. Zen is a very greedy hero. If he gets dove, he doesn't really have an answer. And then, yeah, Larry's playing up there. I'm not a big fan of if we don't have like the Sigma and the Brig and the BAP up there. Yeah. Now our Zen, like this does not happen in higher elo games. The Zen dies every time right here. So I like our Tracer putting a little bit of pressure behind. Right, this is good. Good catch on our Tracer. Florida doing good, kiting a high ground, right? And I like Florida starting up there to, make him take it from you. See what we do here. We kill Echo. Our Zen's on low ground. Zen should be on high ground, but he was up here, so he's not. But Larry's still in a good spot, honestly. This is winnable. Oh, okay, you got to the high ground. I thought you fucked up the rotation. Good positioning from Larry. Nano Diva. Oh, NT. Yeah. Overall, I think good fight positioning. Let's see how Optrex got headshot at the start. Was he hard scoping? Let's see. Yeah. Here's hard scoping into a Hanzo. Just be more aware of that, right? Try and take sight lines where you can see the enemy team except Hanzo and your enemy and your friendlies. Easier said than done. But yeah, you just gotta respect Hanzo. Especially if you're hard scoping, it makes it very easy to get headshot.
Is right side of the boat a better angle?
Let's see. Yeah, you probably just have to rotate right, to be honest. Like, it's not a better angle in terms of, like, dealing damage and, healing, but it's safer. And, like, this is good, this is good. Oh, we're not even looking at the Hanzo. Unfortunately, yeah. We're just kind of peeking out on a Hanzo we don't even know is there. But, yeah, right side is probably we just want to rotate, break LOS on Hanzo, and just heal here. Look to punish, flyers who fly up all willy-nilly, maybe throw a nade over the top. But so far, like, pretty good point A defense, right? Good positioning. I just want our Zen playing back here or a Brig, whoever we have, and then probably our Ashe up here as well. Maybe you can start up here and throw a Dynamite and spawn, but then you probably just want to back up. So Tracer's job here is just to kind of lurk around through here, this tunnel, and these tunnels right here, and stall the objective, right? Don't let the car creep out underneath. And then we just kind of have our Ashe and our Sigma now, and our Zen and our Ana play in forward positions with cover. And if there's ever a DPS up here, we need to force them out. Big pulse. Probably going to res, but that's fine. So this is good positioning. Good. I don't like you holding a shield there. Good, we drop it. That's fine. Yeah, this is good positioning, right? I really like this. I don't like this, though. Unless we're brawling. Are we going to drop and push? Okay, yeah, we're dropping and pushing. So that's fine. Good drop, good brawl. Now we just look to set up. How does our Zen die? In a situation like this, where like we're hard winning, y'all could also look to drop and try and get some more damage here. I wouldn't say this is a situation we're hard winning right now just because our Tracer died. But if our Tracer was still alive, you two need to drop and start dominating these guys, right? Like, don't let them get away. If they are retreating, you can walk forward and try and get these kills. It's okay to give up the high ground in this position because they're not going to try and take it back from you. They're not going to make this elaborate rotation, right? They're going to try and get out with their losses, so you need to make sure they don't. And, as soon as they back up to this corner, you're like, okay, cool. I'm playing right here trying to get kills. They got out. That's fine. Just rotate. But if they're backing up, like, you need to push forward, right? Involve yourself in the fight, right? It's a theoretical good position as Ana right here, right? But the problem with this is that you're not contributing to the team fight. So we have to play up here, right? And then if the fight is all the way in here, right, this spot is not a bad position for you to be in, right? I don't hate this position, right? You can drop here, play this corner, and then you get forced out, you just rotate back up to here, right? Good angle by Larry. Now that they're pushing forward into these sight lines, there's no need to drop into this corner because, you know, they traded our Zenyatta. So it's a 3v3, so they get to walk forward. But now Florida needs to get on the high ground. But yeah, Florida did what, like, I want all y'all to do is, like, when you see the advantage, drop and push forward. If your character requires that you need that sight line. But I think we just get picked off here. I don't think there's much for me to talk about here. Yeah. Let's see if Larry was playing cover.
I mean, should we be kiting in that situation because we're down one? We're kind of still holding, like, we drew a line in the sand, but they have the advantage here.
Yeah. I think the downfall is just our SIG. Our SIG is rotating, so it's effectively a 4v3. And then our Ashe gets rotated out. Yeah. This could have been winnable, but, like, when our SIG dropped off the high ground, we traded down, which was bad, right? And then our SIG is not in an ideal position, and so he wanted to go take a good position, and then they punished us for that. So this fight just kind of comes down to, you know, that first rotation up here, like our Zenyatta getting picked up here, and, you know, us maybe not pushing as aggressively as we could. And then we have two options right now, right? One, we full stabilize, like we just don't even peek, and our Sigma rotates to a good position. Or two, our Sigma has to play on low ground in a bad position, and then we just have to take a, you know, our Sig just has to play on low ground, you know. But our Sig decides to rotate out, and then if he's rotating out, he's not playing the video game. And so then, you know, there's one person glaring in the spotlight right now. It's our Ashe who gets dove by the pocket. So in that situation, if we're going to drop, we just need to push. And if we don't succeed, then we just need to not, like, just set up in a good position, be safe. Try and touch with Bob. Our supports rotate. This is a bad rotation, right? Now, I just talked about why this rotation was bad. So why is this rotation to the high ground bad?
I mean, we're playing in the low ground, so there's no need for our supports to be on the high ground there. You go up to the high ground, you're looking at a Hanzo straight in your face.
Yeah.
Who's just going to spam you out.
I would say that, but, like,
they also have Echo and Wall Climb, so it's really more in their territory.
Sure. But the big thing, right, is that what are they doing during this rotation to help our team?
Absolutely nothing. Our
Exactly.
You have to load in the middle of a fight.
Exactly. It's the same thing as the Sigma rotating back here, right? He's not contributing, right? And so right now, like, this is actually a bad position, right? If our supports win that high ground versus the Hanzo, that duel, he was half HP. Like, this is a good position for Nana. But we don't have the luxury of taking that position because it's going to take too long. And you are needed right now. You need to be healing, right? Like, you need to be dealing damage, right? You do not have time to rotate. You do not have time to get the position that you want. You need to be dealing pressure, right? And so this is fine, right? I would even say you're kind of playing in the open. I would have just played right here or here, you know, juggle between either or, right? We need to be active. We need to have uptime. And so this rotation right here with your Zen, right? Like, we need to be keeping our Sig alive, but, you know, we just kind of rotate. And, you know, granted, there's a Sigma pushing you, but just can't make that rotation. Third point, pretty simple, right? Second point, we had a pretty good setup. I think we just had that one fight, and they snowballed really hard off of that. Our first point was really good. Our third point, pretty simple. You play this corner, and then you play this corner, and then you play this corner, and then you play this corner. That's what Sigma does, right? Sigma can play up here, but I think it's honestly better if you play like here or here. I would probably say here is better for Sigma just to keep that mid-range right here. If they're walking out of the spawn room, like let's say their entire team's here, it's okay for you to get some spawn shots and try and peek them, but as soon as they like push to this position, we need to be playing here as Sigma. I think it's good for our Ashe to take this position up here. You might get forced out, and so you need to be, you can't stay here too long, right? You just have to be careful. So you maybe want to be a bit more of a surprise factor, right? So maybe play this corner right here, shoot, disappear the high ground, throw a dynamite, take a pot shot or two, and then you get body shot by Hanzo, and then you just kind of drop back here and repeat. Tracer, you can either look to play this left lane and contest here like we talked about, or we can go through right side and contest through here or over here if they're pushed up. And then our Zenyatta and our Ana, you probably just want to be playing low ground right here. The reason I don't say high ground is because if you get stuck up here, it's kind of bad. So I would probably just play the low ground corner. Like occasionally, like let's say they're pushed back all the way up here. If you were like, oh, I'm Ana, let me walk up here and yeet an anti-nade and then, drop when I get forced out, that's fine. But like the safe position is going to be right here for you. Okay. Let's see how we play this in general, though. We're down a pick. Okay, we're all alive. Never mind, I lied. Versus a Hanzo. Damn, you kind of get shot from way out. Hold on, where the fuck do you die from?
Yeah. He just logged the fuck out of me.
So, versus Hanzo, you need to be playing for dynamite value in shorter angles, right? Play like you're playing Cassidy, right? You don't want to take this duel versus the Hanzo, right? This is a bad duel, right? So if you see Hanzo spamming arrows at you here, that means he's not going to be spamming arrows at you here. So you should be looking forward up here and throwing dynamites on their Mercy or their Echo or their Sigma. And then as soon as Hanzo starts like spamming you out, you just kind of rotate and LOS him and then just shoot shields or Echo or whoever.
Oh, and we could probably coordinate that too because I'm looking at the Hanzo right now. So if you take that aggressive angle, I can distract the Hanzo, have him turn completely 180 in the wrong direction while you get that shot off.
Yeah, and a good call for that is you say I'm zoning Hanzo, right? That means like, hey, Hanzo's attention is not on the front line. So if you have Hanzo's attention on me, just say I'm zoning Hanzo, and that tells your Ashe like I can maybe take a bit more of an aggressive angle. But our Ashe gets picked, which is unfortunate. I already talked to you about this Tracer. It's like you want to be getting behind them. You don't want to be letting the Hanzo zone you, right? Like you're thinking, oh, I'm zoning the Hanzo. It's like no, the Hanzo is zoning you. But yeah, but Florida's playing in a good position right now. He's just kind of playing corner, trying to spam. Our Zen is in a good spot. Our Ana's in a good spot. This is fine. Just careful of Hanzo. Big pulse bomb. Yeah, good positioning here from our support Ana and our Zen. Then our Sig's coming back. Yeah. Let's see how our Sig dies. That's how.
A little too deep.
Yeah. Like at this point, like we need to be back here. Right, it's pretty, like I've said this before, it's like basic space control, right? Like if you're not going to go super in depth, it's just you draw a line behind your tank and the enemy tank. And our Sig, gets slept and then walks deeper. You're in their space. You're gonna get eaten alive, right? We don't want red on the outside and blue in the middle, right? When we want to pinch people, right, we want red in the middle and blue on the outside. Right now, you're just you're fucked. You need to come back to this corner and try and live. So that's just kind of what happens. I think we just kind of get snowballed. Honestly, we just get picked and picked and picked and picked.
We hold it.
We do hold it, so that's good. So game plan doesn't change much. Right, our Winston is probably going to be playing on this corner. Just maybe starts on the high ground, right? So if the Hanzo wall climbs, he can shoot him. Right, drop down in the corner, put a bubble, jump out to this high ground up here or to this corner, get healed up, and then play the corner, rinse and repeat. Hard dive with Tracer if there's an opportunity, etc., etc. Positioning from our sports, right? This is good Hanzo angle here, right? If our tanks and our Tracers pushing in, we, as a result, need to be swinging deeper. Good angle here, Larry. Good positioning, Tracer. Huge pick. Now we go deeper. Our supports play a bit more aggressively. Good. Go back a bit. All right. Fight set up here. I don't mind Larry being up here. You just need to be ready to get out. Uh-oh. That doesn't happen in low rank and high rank games.
Yeah.
You need to be here, and then you need to be like, oh shit, like this position is safe until now. As soon as this hog turns the corner, you cannot be here. Like, you have needed to have already left, not leaving. Like, you need to be here.
Yeah.
Right? Or at least here, right? So we can LOS break. But our Winston gets hooked, or we trade picks. Right? Our Winston can look to jump on this high ground and maybe split their team, right? Because we're still in line of sight of Anna. So if you jump here, it's actually a really good jump. We split Anna. But Hanzo's getting an off angle, maybe. I think this is good. Only pet peeve I'd say is when it comes to Winston play. When their team, right here, pushes forward like so, if our Anna is in this position with this really long sight line, our Winston needs to be looking for a jump on their back line, right, with bubble. We shouldn't be bubbling here, ideally. But Larry has a good angle. Our Anna gets hooked, which is unfortunate. But then, you know, our Tracer and our Zen are trying to play safe. Good angle, Larry. Yeah, and we win. So, we win with off angles there. That's good. Positioning on third. We had moments where we did it. We had moments where we didn't, and we just kind of lost because of that. But yeah. Good job. Ooh, okay. So, the attack. First fight, you know, just come up here, clear this room out. Have our Tracer probably come through main, and just set up here, right? 3, 2, 1, dive, right? Our Winston just jumps out, right? You know, Winston, you can just walk out to this corner. No need to, you know, be too scared, right? Just jump out, take this corner, right? Have your Anna help you out here. Good. Now we've taken the point, right? The entire point of taking this high ground is just so that this side of the point is under our control, right? Now, as a team, what we need to do is wait for our Tracer, right? Our Tracer needs to be getting behind them. You need to be coming this way, right? Sometimes you can go left side, but most of the time when we dive this top right, it should just free this angle for you right here. Come around, play on the high ground, play on the low ground, etc. And then our Winston and our Sojourn should be looking to dive this high ground, and our supports can just play main like so. So let's see how we execute on this. So our Tracer's getting set up. Our Winston takes a good position. Our Sojourn's in a good position, right? Now our Winston needs to make space. So, good, right? This is what we want out of a Winston, right? Make space, forces attention. If our Tracer was up here, that'd be great. You could play up here with a up here with your Winston, because your damage fall off from up here shooting point is not really bad at all. Actually, it's quite good. So I would rather you been up there with Winston, but our supports are in a good position. Thumbs up. Our Sojourn's on a good off angle, right? Taking this right side here when all the attention is left, so our Sojourn should be able to get big value. And our Tracer engaged with our Winston, so this should be a good team fight for us. A little bit aggressive there, Larry. You know, half HP. I like the idea, though. Like, go for those duels. Just make sure we live, right? Play your life, right? It's more important for you to live than to trade. Trading is almost always bad.
Yeah.
Good kill. Nice snipe. Bubble, get out. This is fine. So, on BW, in most escort maps, right? Hybrid/escort maps, right? If you have a Tracer, you need to be forcing point with Tracer, right? You kind of play slow, right? You know, look for dives if you see them. If they're all on the low ground, take space, right? The ideal position for our Winston is to be right above them, right here, or here, or here, right? But the reason that's harder in most games is because they're playing at this point, or they're already on the high ground, so we need to take it from them. But if they give it to you, take it, right? So we take it, good, right? And we just kind of have a Tracer Force point. We could be looking for nades, right? Our Winston can drop down without using his leap and bubble, right? If we had a nade here, that'd be huge, right? Drop bubble, get out, set up on the high ground. If they try and rotate up here, our Winston can use this as cover, and then our Tracer can just be pushing point. Our Sojourn and our Anna can be taking an angle here, etc., etc. So, good fight so far. That sucks. Winston does good here, right? This is what we want. I don't know why our Zen dropped, or Zen kind of throwing. He's doing nothing.
We're just a little silly.
A little silly. Yeah, that's a throw.
But
like,
drop.
in terms of like positioning for if they try and retake the high ground, if we have control, like this is what we would want, right? We want our Winston playing this corner right here. We'd have our Anna up here, our Zenyatta up here, and then, you know, maybe our Sojourn over here, or our Sojourn could also just be playing here. But as long as our Winston, I want our Winston to be playing the opposite side of our supports, so that way that there's a crossfire, right? But this is good. Good nano boost. Live with primal. Really good, right? Now, when we get cart to this stage, right, we just kind of contest it to make someone drop and then don't worry about it. So we're resetting, right? Full reset. So good fight. That was a really good first fight. If we got this much cart progress, great first fight. Now this is what we do. So we have two options in terms of attacking point B. We can either, set up our supports here and have our Winston, you know, kind of jump for space, right? And, you know, bubble. Or we can have our supports play low ground right here and use this sight line and have our Winston jump from here to here, right? This is ultimate dependent, right? Whether it's good or bad. If they have dragons, right, or Junkrat Tire, right, you maybe don't want to play this. Maybe this is not where you want to be playing. Or a Risa ult, right? But if they have Sojourn ult, right, then you maybe don't want to be playing in the open sightline, right? So both are good. Both are strong, right? Both are very strong. You either play here and, you know, use this as cover, and then when you win the team fight, you can rotate up here. Or you can play up here in this top left. And then our Tracer is going to be looking to force point, have one of them drop and respond, and then during that response time, we should be looking for a dive. It doesn't need to be a hard dive. It can be, but we need to react to them reacting. So like, boom, right here. This reaction, right? I went a little bit too far. But like, right, Tracer's forcing point, boom. This is the reaction we're looking for, right? Someone to drop. At this point in time, our Winston needs to be jumping in, right? You don't need to jump on top of the Orisa because that's how you insta-die, but you could jump here in front of the DPS and bubble and look for Taze and force them to drop as well. Or if you can't, nah, I'm not even going to say that yet. So yeah, we look to make them drop. So once our Tracer gets them to drop with touch, our Winston needs to respond with a jump and bubble and force them back, right? That at the same time gives our supports a sight line to do things. So like, yeah, it's a little bit late in terms of like, you know, being synchronous, but they don't punish it. And this is what we want, right? This is exactly what we want, right? We take the high ground from them. Tracer makes them drop. Our Winston gets on high ground. We have the space. Perfect. Now, we need to just be finding angles, and we just be looking for anti-nades. Winston drops down without using his leap. Bubbles, our Tracer looks to follow up from an angle, and then we jump out, right? Larry has a lot of high ground he can play around, so he can just farm his rail and look for body shots and confirm kills.
Yeah, but they're diving wrong.
Yeah, unfortunately, you get headshot.
Just, I'm still learning. Does tranking and overclock, is that all advisable? Overclocks one shot, don't they?
No.
A headshot one shots.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
It only does it with a pocket. It does 195 damage.
Okay. So you would want to trank that?
Depends.
Because we do. And I guess that's my question. Is that a good trend?
I don't know what else to do with Transcendence, to be honest with you. So I would say the best Transcendence for your ultimates are probably going to be Dragons if you're stuffed up in a choke and you just need to bail out. Transcendence to keep your tank alive, kind of like a Nano Boost. Or just for, like, Overclock.
The aggressive Trank, right.
Yeah. But in terms of, like, kind of why we lose this fight here, first of all, unfortunate pick, right? The Sojourn dies for it, at least. Yes, so we trade. Right. And then at this point, right, like, our Tracer goes in and our Monkey's out, right? So, like, this right here, like, this little jockeying for positioning, right? This little teeter-totter is fine. Now, do you wide peek the corner? That's just kind of unfortunate. Maybe, like, what you're doing right now is, like, trying to grab attention. But, like, we don't really need attention, so maybe what we could do instead is, like, okay, they already know I'm here. I'm going to go this way now and try and get a kill. But really, it's just unfortunate. They get headshot, and then our Winston comes in to distract. Like, again, right, we want to be first with the engage, so, like, our Winston going in and pulling attention now. If you went in at that time, would have been better. And then we just don't have follow-up because our Tracer's dead and our Anna's dead. So we go... Okay. So we take this team fight here, right? I've talked about this with Optrex before in terms of, like, if your Monkey goes this direction, right? I remember on East... No, East... It was fucking the Brazil map.
Yeah.
You remember that? Where, like, your Winston was going top... Or you were going top left and our Winston was going main?
Yeah.
Or something, and you're like, I'm like, you just need to go with your Winston, right? Like, this is one of those situations where, like, you probably just need to have loss on your Winston, unless you're doing like a nade play.
He didn't want to go top. He didn't like I kept trying to get him to take high, but I don't know. I guess he didn't want to.
Yeah, but this is a good position
I was trying
too.
to nade where he was jumping.
Yeah, so both work. Like, if it's a set play, if it's like I'm gonna nade when he jumps at an off angle because they're not gonna expect it, that's good. But our Tracer is on point, right? Forcing objective, like, this is good. Like, our Tracer could be poking here. We get trills. Yeah, I'm going to play this back so we can actually enjoy a good play here. So, the nade is good. So, let's see Optrex's discipline here. Okay. Good nade. So, only thing I would have changed about this play, I wouldn't have peeked until your Winston jumped. Right?
I thought he was gonna go when he started to. I don't know. Whatever.
Well, yeah. Because if you're
3-2-1s are a work in progress.
Yeah. If your Winston jumps in and then you peek, you also get to deal damage, right? Because they'd have no idea you're there. But since you reveal yourself, the Sojourn duels you, right? So now you have to do a duel. But I like the idea. The idea is not bad. So 3-2-1, right? So good dive by the Winston here, right? Now, I'm not a big fan of this, right? Let's stay in our bubble here. The position of the dive also could be a little bit better, right? I'm not a big fan of you jumping on top of them, right? We want to jump kind of to the side of them, right? So that way our bubble, when we place it, actually builds a wall in front of us instead of them being on top of the bubble. You don't want to bubble people inside of your bubble. You want to bubble them on the outside. It kind of works out because they kite this direction, so you're okay. Just make sure we don't walk out here because one headshot here by Hanzo and you're gonna have a bad time. But good, right? Our bubble breaks, so okay, nice. We get the kill. So good jump here, right? Good nade, really good slide, Larry. This is a really good slide because you get the kill on the Sojourn. Do you? Okay, you do. To be honest, you know, you almost get the kill on the Soj. That's fine. I would have stopped right here, off angle, right?
Yeah, stayed up.
Yep. The Sojourn's already dead, right? Like, what is the Sojourn in this moment going to do to help her team win the team fight?
Absolutely.
And how long it'll take for her to probably contribute after she just used her slide. Exactly, right? It's not worth you chasing a dead man walking. Yeah, she just used slide. It's not worth you chasing a dead man walking, right? And you almost die for it, which is a little scary.
It was an eco diff.
Yeah, ego duel. But just in terms of general play, like, I would have slid up here and just been pumping damage in the Risa, farming rails and killing Brig, and then farming another rail and killing Hanzo.
Yeah.
But I like the idea here. Really good slide, right? Zenyatta, I don't like positioning here. I like the idea of trying to get aggressive, but we need to be playing this corner here and spamming like this. Okay. Walking here, they might just drop on top of you and kill you and trade you, right? Trading is never good. So we either need to be playing main here or start rotating like this, right? I would probably be playing main until we get the pick, and then you could rotate. Because, like, yeah, like, Zen on this low ground here is a little scary. Our Ana's in a great spot to do work. And then let's see our Tracer, right? Our Tracer forces point, right? Can deal some damage from the high ground here. And then helps clean up this kill over here on the right. Nope, goes back inside. But still doing work. So, yeah, good. Oh, wait, it's close. Hold on. Hold on. Nani, the fuck?
I think they get respawns.
So their Sojourn gets rezzed.
Yeah, I tried to call to stop it.
And Larry dies. No, you get
I think I missed my sleep on I think I either don't have sleep or missed my sleep on the fucking res.
Alright, so Larry just kind of misplayed this, to be honest. From here, this is a misplay. And then right here, you fuck up your slide, you should be up here, because then you can get healed by your Ana. The fact you die right here allows this res to happen and also takes off a lot of pressure, right? Like that, back to the thing. Trades are not worth it, right? Even though you're up 2 picks here, you traded your life for another player's. Didn't work out for you, right? Good try to stop.
And now we're down 1.
Yeah. And then their Sojourn's dueling here, and then since our Zen took a stupid position here, our Ana's kind of taking a 1v2, and maybe our Ana could be taking a 2v2 here. Florida does a good job peeling. Good kill. Now our Ana's on low ground, so now we had to give up really good Ana positioning. It's at this point we need to call stable. Like our Zen's kind of tossing right now. He's just on cart. And then our Ana's in a bad spot. I guess we try Nano.
Good deal.
High key, I would have done Nano Soj. But Primal Nano Winston was good. The reason I would have done... Oopsie, that's the start of the match. The reason I would have done Nano Soj here is just because your Sojourn has a really good sightline right now. And you know for a fact that it's going to get value. No, you right here. With the overclock, Nano. Yeah. So the reason we nano boost mobile targets usually is why. Why do we not damage boost like Cassidy's? Sure, they can be aggressive, but so can Cassidy's. Cassidy's can also be aggressive. What's up?
Yeah, but they'll kite it.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Chase down anyone who's going to try and kite it.
Exactly, they have mobility, right? And so if you nano Cassidy, they'll kite it. But you nano Winston, there's no kite in that. He's going to be in there. However, in this situation, this is kind of a situation specific. The Sojourn just has such great sightlines, and giving her the damage resistance and the damage buff here, like, would really allow our Sojourn to deal a lot of damage here. But Nano Winston's good, and the Sojourn ult is a good too, right? We get value with Sojourn ult, we get value with Nano, we get value with Winston engage, so not bad. Let's see how this plays out here. This is just kind of messy. Larry's on a really good off angle. Where Ana gets picked. Yeah, it's just kind of scrappy. Our Zen was on low ground for that entire fight. And then our Ana had to take a 2v1 without her Zenyatta. And then Larry chased a kill and died for it. So, that's just kind of how we...
I think I was backing up.
Backing up?
Yeah, I think they chased me out.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, like, in the first place, like, the slide, remember we talked about? Like, you shouldn't have even gone for that. Like, you went for the kill, and then just because you didn't have it, you didn't have it. So, anyway, so we're setting up here again. Tracer's forcing point, being annoying, right? Getting attention, right? Now our Winston's going to look for an engage here. The bubble could be better, but it's not bad. We should be switching to this Brig. Target focus is not good. That needs to change. Okay, good. Giving up on the Sojourn. Never mind. I guess we go in. It's not awful, but like... Again, it's kind of the same thing to me. You don't have bubble. The Sojourn's not in a good spot.
Bridge one.
Yeah, we need to be like here, right? With bubble. Yeah, like again, right? It's like you're just by yourself in the open without jump or bubble, right? You're just kind of dead. Our supports drop again. Any reason why? Zen drops, Anna drops.
I think I fell on accident. Some bad.
Let's see. I'm gonna go in your POV. We're gonna judge if this was intentional, so I can roast you.
Yeah, that was a fall.
I think that was a fall.
I'm calling that a fall.
I'll give that a fall. Our Zen is not playing in a good spot. He should not have dropped with Transcendence. He should have gone back to our Anna. Larry is in a good spot. He takes a position I want him to. I want you to take this position. Play this cover a bit more. Just build that habit. But yeah, our Winston's dead. Like we're just kind of trading.
I think we take this.
We do. I do remember us winning, but like, it's scrappy. It doesn't need to be that scrappy. In terms of setup for this fight, right? You got to do the opposite. So the enemy tank's gonna play this corner, and then they're gonna play this corner, and then they're gonna play this corner. In this position, right? We just have our Tracer lurk through here. We have our Hanzo probably just spam arrows through here. In terms of like if they're holding this first corner. Right? Have our Tracer lurk through here, right? Have our Hanzo just be spamming the corner, and then we can have our Winston jump this high ground right here, place bubble, and tase them, right? Force them off this corner, or jump up here and do the same thing. It's really preference and decision making. And then our supports just kind of play cart and spam. Big thing though, making sure our Tracer doesn't swing out of this room until our Winston jumps, right? If we go first, we're gonna get forced out with recall, and then we're gonna have a bad time. But I like this discipline. This is good discipline, right? Tracer gets forced out on Forge. Good jump here.
Risa went hunting.
Yeah, Risa went hunting. That's fine. I saw you didn't swing out. I like this play by Winston here, right? Kind of splitting the team with the bubble, right? Good jump here by Winston. I think I talked with you about this, but we can go this way here, Tracer, right? If we got forced out here, we just go this way. And then our core is playing in a good spot. I think our Anna just plays catch. Yep, nice catch. But in situations like this, right? So, if the backline gets split, right? We should have... Let's talk about this team. I'm going to go down everyone's role. So, do we like Florida's positioning, right? Assuming we're all alive, like right here. If Florida's in this spot, is he in a good spot right now?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Is Tracer in a good spot?
Depends what we're trying to do, because I see an isolated Orisa that really should die.
You think so?
If she doesn't have abilities, maybe.
I mean, she doesn't have abilities. No,
she doesn't.
But
I see her isolated, right? Our Winston has successfully separated her from the rest of her team.
Here's the thing: is you're not gonna kill an Orisa. Straight up. Even without abilities, Orisa's the last person you want to be shooting. The only exception to that is if she's purpled and doesn't have Fortify.
Okay, well in that case, I should be swinging around where you told me to swing around.
Yeah, right. Because as
I've called her abilities too and like talked about going on her. Honestly,
you just need to commit to his. Like if you commit to the Orisa, I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't kill her. To be honest with you, I'm not saying it's a bad play here because Winston does split the team, but like first of all, she has armor, right? And you have like one source of burst damage. That's your Zenyatta, right? Tracer has pellets, right? Sojourn has pellets. Winston has pellets. So armor is very ineffective. Or that's very effective. No, wait, whatever. You know what I mean. And she's not purpled, And she has line of sight of, you know, her supports.
She does have LOS of her Mercy and her break, right?
Yeah. I just don't think you're going to kill the Orisa. The Orisa should be the absolute last target you kill.
Yeah, because we were looking at Orisa and she does survive.
Anyway, right, continuing with this, saying the split. So we want our Tracer on this right side. Where should our Sojourn be? Should our Sojourn be here?
Maybe a little bit closer.
Run this reset. And
Closer?
Maybe.
Yeah, do you want to back it up to where you initially asked?
But I think I was just speared a moment ago, so I was getting heals.
Mm-hmm. So you got speared here, so right here. So your Winston splits bubble, right? We use slide on Forge, but a good positioning, assuming you had slide right now, where could we be?
Up on high ground.
Yeah.
That ledge.
Right here. This is very powerful for you right now, especially because they don't have Diva or Winston, right? The only person who can contest you is Alonzo, right? You just play cover and you spam him out with your Winston, like you're going to be doing very well. And then what do we think about our supports positioning here? Assuming our Anna's alive.
I mean, Anna got on card, but where the Zen's currently standing isn't a bad spot.
Yeah, I think Anna and Zen are playing just fine here. So, on third point, right, I just want our Winston to jump, and if our Sojourn can take this high ground, it's good, and then our Tracer's just looking to infiltrate behind through here or here on that right side. So, next team fight. Okay, our Tracer's in the back line. Good. We're shooting Orisa. Who are we shooting? No, we're shooting the Winston. Good nano boost. Oof. Unfortunate we Sojourn overclock into the overclock. Bummer. I like the idea, though. Were you going to slide up here, Larry?
I think I was.
Yeah. I like that idea. Yeah. So good recognition. But yeah, the big success to this team fight was our Tracer was behind them, and then our Winston engaged. Right? Look at how much space this gives. Right? It gives our Discord and our Sojourn and our Anna a bunch of room to deal damage, right? Like, huge damage coming from the supports right now, right? And then Larry has overclock, you know, bummer he dies, you know, but good jump, right? I would say, like, if this, did the Sojourn start up here?
Does, but I think she drops early.
Yeah, I would say as Winston, it would be worth your time to drop on or jump on the Sojourn and force her out, and then drop in bubble. But just because it gives the Sojourn this angle here, to do this to our backline. So, but we do a good job dealing with it. So, but the big contributor to that team fight win was Tracer with backline, Winston went in, then Tracer went in. Not the other way around. It wasn't Tracer jumped in and then Winston jumped. Winston took attention, then our Tracer got value. Okay, we get a Primal Forced. Ooh, okay. So in terms of taking third, like the third corner, the last corner of this map, right? These are choke points, right here. Right? Treat this like the King's Row arches. You don't push past them until you've won. Okay? So, I want our default setup, if we're playing Winston, right? Play this corner. Just tase, right? Our Tracer, go this way.
Go around.
Right? If they're marking it hard, if they're hard marking it, like let's say they have their Briggs just sitting right here, swinging here, this is closed. So we need to go somewhere else, right? So we just come this way, and maybe we try and play around here, right? We just need to be doing something. Don't let the Brig gate keep you here. Don't wait for the Brig to move. She's not going to move. Spoiler alert. Okay? Then our Zen should be playing here with her Anna, right? And especially in a situation where we're down picks, we need to be playing slow. We can't be playing aggressive like this. Like this jump past this corner here, very bad. Especially into the Orisa. We don't want to take Orisa 1v1s. Once we stabilize in this position, right, like we have our Monkey here, our Anna Zen here, our Sojourn, you know, spamming here or here or somewhere, then we can look to make a dive on the back line, right? Damn, Orisa was hitting spears. But yeah, I think we just take an aggressive fight, 4v5 or something. That's kind of why we lose this third point, to be honest with you. Our Winston takes an aggressive fight by himself, and then he has to use his Primal Rage really early, and then our Zen is in the open and gets picked or something, and then it's just and then our support and our other damage were coming back from spawn.
I think I even called Link to play slow Yellow spawns, but that might have been after he jumped. Oopsies.
No worries, but pretty good. Sorry, I'm eating.
Right, chew.
Yep. Pretty good. When we did things we should be, it worked out, and when we didn't. The big takeaways, I would say, following up off of our Tracer's cart push. If our Tracer gets people to drop, or Winston needs to respond. On first point defense, playing more. Let's play less aggressively on that high ground. I think that's just going to be the new play for us. We're just going to play on boat and look to set up angles around them. And then on just dives in general, just making sure a Winston Tracer is set up and going. Right. That's really about it. Those are the big key things I saw on BW. So, anyone have any questions about BW they want to go back on really quick?
No, not off the top of my head.
Yeah, I think we're improving at it.
Good. Yeah, it looks good.
Maybe we can work on 3-2-1s.
Yeah, definitely. 3-2-1s in communication. That's what I'm there for mainly in live scrims. It's just what do you call it? Just making sure we're communicating and executing well. But at the end of the day, it's up to y'all. So, anyone else have anything, or is that it?
No, not really. Unless you want to go over another one. But...
Nah, I think I'm okay. I might take a break for a bit, and then I'll maybe hop back in a little bit. But I'm gonna upload the vids and stuff. So I will see you guys tomorrow. And
so Duncan won't be there tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not here tomorrow. Are you here Tuesday?
Oh, I can go to Poseidon on Monday, and go there Tuesday.
If you could do that, that would be.
Yeah, I'll do that. So I will see y'all Tuesday then.
We're gonna probably end up canceling them.
Okay.
Tomorrow, because we're gonna be down main support. Well, I got links to ring tomorrow, but I'll see if they can do Tuesday instead.
Have you talked to Lynx at all?
I talked to them today about playing tomorrow, but
what about joining the team?
No, I didn't mention that. I told them we were looking for a main support if they know anyone. Hoping they'd get the hit, but I don't think they did.
Okay.
But
no worries.
I kind of wanted them to be here when Duncan's here, since it's at least consistent.
And Duncan, are you joining us now for the team? Are you on the team?
I have another scrim tomorrow to just kind of confirm my suspicions.
Okay.
Looking good, because I'd rather not be in Lucio Mercy jail, which is my other option.
Very valid.
Because
I agree.
Yeah, pardon my French, but fuck Mercy, man. I'm not.
Fuck Lucio Mercy jail.
All right. Well, I will talk to you all later.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Jim. Later.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to do comp. I'm gonna put some comp.
I'll play with y'all later. I will be back.